I bet if I sing Grease 2, it wouldn't get us in trouble.
I think it actually
I don't
would.
think anybody cares.
If you just sang every other note correctly.
The algorithm
That's true.
cannot catch it.
I don't think anyone cares.
I
algorithm
haven't
goes,
seen Grease 2.
Oh,
Likewise.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Y'all are
neither?
talking.
I wish
Okay.
I haven't seen.
I've seen Grease 1.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You take that back. I will make y'all watch it.
Grease 2, Grease harder.
Fair enough. That works out well.
But
Live for your Grease.
importantly,
Oh, is it time?
Is it time for
Oh
this?
boy, we're coming into this now.
I would love to talk
Oh,
about Grease 2
boy.
forever, but y'all have
All right.
to roll.
Okay.
Gosh golly.
Oh.
Pick your poisons.
Everyone pick the weapon that you will.
I'll go with the pus yellow this
All right.
time.
We'll be right. Okay. Go for it. Fuck me. Somebody, come on, somebody. Nope.
you, buddy. And then
What a waste of a nat 20. I love it. Fucking waste.
Perfect.
Percy
It's
came back to
perfect.
screw you.
Yeah, just stop rolling all those high numbers, yo.
You guys asked for it, and now you're gonna get it. Apparently, I am hosting this episode.
wait, do you stand
course I
at
did
you stand
that.
at the thing,
Yep.
right?
Gotta go
Okay,
do
I'm
the thing.
getting out of the way.
Over here.
All right.
Have fun.
Thank you.
You're great. Oh no.
I think it's
Wait, you go to that
Oh,
one.
it's that one. Okay. It's been so.
This is amazing
Actually, here
already.
I can.
This is better. There it is. There it
Oh,
is.
hi.
perfect.
I didn't see you there. I was just thinking about how to welcome you to this four-sided dive. Since I am your fifth tavern keeper, how about a little math problem? U plus X equals betrayal! Solve for X, but make it sexy. Tonight, you asked for it and you asked for it. That's right, we have changed the player behind the changeling known as you, Erika Ishii, and her co-conspirator Matthew Mercer, motherhooker, to tell us all about how and why you did this to us. It's very confusing. Shit. Also, just because he was a nobody doesn't mean that he's not a somebody. Taliesin Jaffe is in the building, slowly dying. And rounding out our dive for tonight... It worked. I have successfully beamed my consciousness back in time to deliver a very important warning. The connection won't last long, so listen carefully. The Quokkas, they look adorable, but they are not what they seem. Don't trust them! Ashley Johnson just found out Fern's folks hate the moon, but most importantly, we're going to talk about how Quokkas are the best and most trustworthy animals to ever exist. Welcome to Four-Sided Dive. Let's fucking do a show already.
Yeah! Well done.
Well done.
Welcome back. Let's begin this nice discussion with our segment, What the Fuck Is Up With That?
Yay!
Hello.
Finally, the original.
I know. Got to bring it around. I'm proud of you.
Death Wish Run. What the fuck is up with that?
Death Wish Run.
Where'd it come from? What were you thinking?
Where does
Were you
it come
thinking
from?
at all?
Where does it come
Where'd it
from?
go? I was working with Bashir Gauss, who was my collaborator on the world building for the Hellcatch Valley, and we were working out Bassaris as a city after we had like broken down all the different facets and sections of the city based on his like original outline, and we looked at it and we both went, what it's missing is a death race, essentially. we need to have automatons racing each other, aggressive explosions, and deadly stakes just for the sake of the entertainment of the people that decided to live here in this hellhole. And so that was kind of where it came from. And then it was kind of fun to seed it into the information for Bassaris for both you and FCG, for Sam, people that would know about it, and see if it ever came up. And as I was hoping, I was like, I hope it comes up, hope it comes up. And I figured with a few like mentions and like, you know, promises of the skirmish crawlers, the chaos ensue, I'm like, they'll probably wander into it.
I mean, we kind of forgot everything else when we found out that there could be, in fact, like a death wish race.
I knew I could believe in you.
Yeah.
I could trust in all of you. I'm so
Abandon
proud of
everything
you.
else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, like that's just a trap. That's a giant honeypot. There's
Yeah.
no-
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah. I wanted to run it as much as I wanted you guys to play it. So I was just like,
That was so fun.
Yeah,
It was a good
you may as well give us like airship combat at this point. It's just going to be like, full on
We're only in the 30-ish episode.
airship
range.
combat.
we
That would
kind
be
of-
fun.
Airship.
We've
Give
kind of
us
had an
time.
airship battle, but not with another.
But not like
airship.
yeah.
Across cannons.
No, and like jumping to the other ship and like
We
poking
did
them.
airship combat
Ah!
in Escape from Bloodkeep.
We did. Yeah.
Super fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Super fun.
And there's definitely going to be the conversation about whether or not we can get our crawler on the ship, and like
I look forward to these conversations.
like a Saturday morning cartoon thing where it just comes out the back or something.
where it's like the was it the bat cycle being dropped from the bat wing or whatever it is.
Or kick coming out of the truck, whatever you need.
Yeah, just pick your reference.
I do see the I do see the Thundercats crawler every time we talk about it though. I will admit.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I like it. Yeah, no, I'm glad you guys did it. It was a fun time.
Did anybody have a favorite part? Did you have a favorite part? I don't know.
My favorite part, I think, was after all the talk with All Minds Burn helping you out. They just threw a boulder down and didn't realize that really you were the only ones left, so it just fucked you all up.
Was that who did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, oops.
Oh,
backed away.
that's hilarious.
I don't know that you necessarily told us what that was go on my signal. And we're like, what's the signal? And you just wander off, and then that happens.
That
what's
was
the signal?
There was no signal. That was just like your high friends are going to help, and then they just don't.
Yeah.
They're just like,
We'll be there, but
we'll be
an
there,
hour
and
too
we're like,
late.
yeah. What happened to the? Oh, I guess it's over, man.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, did I miss it?
Shit. You do okay? That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you won.
God, that was such a fun idea.
I
feel-
couldn't.
I mean, that was Mad Max vibes all the way.
It's all the Mad Max I wanted.
Yeah.
I love those little things. I really enjoyed the very beginning early skirmish where it was just lots of cars wrestling for the front.
Yeah,
And
the game
felt very
rules for that were
dangerous.
fun.
Yeah, did we kind of get through things easier than you anticipated, or just about the right speed?
I think a little easier. I mean, here's the thing. Having FCG able to cast and be present was a big boon. So I was like, I don't know how he's gonna be part of this. There's only so many space on these crawlers, so I figured maybe on one of the side missions or such, until you guys decided to like fucking glue him in instead of a wheel. And I was like,
I didn't see that.
okay.
That was psychotic.
Yeah, and I love it.
I don't even remember whose idea that was, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
But so that added, his capabilities wherever he could look out of the periphery of his vision to the fray. So yeah, I'd say you guys both through cleverness, capabilities, kind of rocked it. Honestly, to the point where I had some of the things that I had in the back pocket as like possibilities, like the Kagaronk. I was like, well, I'm definitely bringing him out.
Oh man, the Kakarot was so cool.
That was
That
fun.
was awesome.
Just a chase-based
The
beast battle.
people so cute.
He was very cute.
It was awesome, and the mini that I used for it was actually a Dwarven Forge Kickstarter mini that was designed by Crystal Sully, who does a lot of amazing dragon designs for us and for Wizard of the Coast. They're just amazing artists, and it was a cool little thing to include.
It was beautiful and amazingly fun.
I will say, I'm not sure who initially pitched the idea of FCG as the wheel, but it was more like hey, wouldn't that be funny? And then Dusk was like, well, there's a practical purpose to this. You should do it. And then it was like, yeah, we should do it. And I think there's a moment where I did The Office look at the camera and be like, I can't believe I convinced everybody.
Wouldn't that be funny? Is actually code in our game for? Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Like, do we have a second? We have a second. All right, it's
Yes.
going forward.
Absolutely.
Just need one more person to raise their hand. Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, that would. Okay, we're doing it.
Oh my God.
That would be hilarious.
Well, you guys still have a skirmish crawler, and you're riding with another one at the time of recording this.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
How fast do they go? I can't remember that.
So they are a speed 60, if I recall.
Oh, okay.
So they're twice as fast on just a general movement, But the driver, at least in the race rules, you can use your movement to move the vehicle, then your action to dash, which means you can go 120 feet and around. And if you use your bonus action, that's 180 feet and around. So they can cruise.
I assume that's like a nice nitro though, which is why you can't do it all the time.
Nice.
It's intense. They're very fast. They also die horribly if that front wheel is destroyed and hurt everybody inside their driver's seat, which is fun. It never quite happened, but I was looking forward to the possibility of one of your callers.
We did have a explosive tied to us in the center of one of the.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was like, this is a very dangerous thing to have there.
Yeah.
I got Danny.
I know that look.
Or somebody got Danny.
You did.
Oh, me with my super cool NOS.
Your Fast and the Furious reference.
I love the Fast and Furious movies. I've seen every single one in the theater. Sorry, I sounded way too passionate.
Hey, never apologize for loving the stuff that you love. There's no such thing as a guilty pleasure.
I agree with you.
It's all for family.
All for family. God, the best.
Guilt makes it taste better, in my opinion. But yes,
Okay, well.
All
love
of
it.
it.
Let's bring up the other problem. Not problem. I guess it was a problem. The other topic, and that would be you. No, you.
Me.
But yes, you too.
You too?
But you.
You two's a problem.
You
They are.
too.
You did this on purpose.
Wait, they did.
Yes.
You did.
You definitely did.
Yes? No, it's you.
Yes. Exactly.
This is my nightmare.
At what point did y'all decide to
Be assholes?
do this to you? Yeah.
God, what a fun spin, though.
Oh man, Matt and I started talking about this in like October or something.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I want to say, and I said I'd been saving a changeling character. I really wanted to do a changeling. And then I talked to Ashley. We were at a bar, and Ashley was saying, like, I just kind of want to be bad. I want to, like, get, like, messy. And I was like, oh, I could do that. I could give Ashley something messy to play with. And that combined with that. And then Matt asked, do you want to kill her parents?
Well, the conversation was. You said, I was like, so there are numerous narrative threads happening right now, and I kind of gave you a bunch of different things to choose from. And since you said you wanted to kind of lean into a Fae thing, I'm like, well, there are some Fae narrative threads in here, and I kind of explained the elements that were going on. And said, there are different ways you could engage with this, and you don't have to, but this would be an easy way to kind of directly go into the story.
And then we said, I was like, I want to do, because I asked about changelings. I was like, you guys have never done changelings before. Are there changelings? And he said, and this was before before EXU Calamity happened, too.
To the point where, like, when they were doing EXU Calamity, they're like, is it okay to have changelings? I'm like, Erika's already decided on one, so we're bringing them in.
So, but then, then changelings, which meant Fae, which meant tying it to Ashley's backstory. And then also I wanted to make it so they had to figure out that I was a changeling, as opposed to coming in as a changeling. And then that idea of deceiving my friends sort of tied in naturally to doing wet work for the Unseelie court.
Well, I gave you all the information for both for the courts and then the kind of factions outside of the courts. And I was like,
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? And like you mentioned some of the possibilities, and I was like, well, if you go this route, there are these threads to go. And you said, like, what about Unseelie? I'm like, honestly, Unseelie fits very well with one of the narratives, but the downside to this and the challenging side to it is that likely you're gonna be sent to kill her parents.
And I was like, yes.
That is an option.
Yeah. So then honestly, Dusk and that whole persona came like a week maybe before the shoot happened, and I had to like throw something together because
You had to find the false identity.
I did, because I had to have different kinds of, I had a bunch of different identities sort of ready to pull, but
Just in
Dusk was
case.
the one that I definitely we leaned on, and it was you guys. So we were playing a second game essentially, where it was you and I knew, but the characters don't know, the cast doesn't know, and not even all of the crew knew. Yeah. So there were some email threads that were like highly under wraps. There was art that was happening behind the back of some producers. And then we had to play it out the entire campaign of doing it so that you guys, as well as your characters, didn't know. So in some ways, I created this sort of like silly, innocent character in the game, and also for myself while I was playing. It's like, oh, that's Erika. She's just so chaotic, and like, you know, look at her trying to seduce all of the cast members. That's so classic Erika. I bet Erika doesn't know that elves don't sleep. You know, that is to be forgiven. Or like, so we put in little clues along the way, but not
Little breadcrumbs.
Yeah, little breadcrumbs along the way, but not tip our hand to you or the audience completely. And the moment that you had everybody go out to so we can have our little one-on-one, I didn't know you were gonna do that, but it was perfect.
I still haven't watched it.
Go back and watch it.
No, I'm gonna go back and watch it. I was just,
Yeah.
I wanted to like make sure it's not gonna spoil anything. So now,
Yeah. Now that it's out in the open.
Yeah.
the cards are on the table.
I think you showed me at the end of the
Yeah,
round.
yeah, because we're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, I did not suspect anything.
Not a
nothing.
clue.
That was
Not a clue.
That was one of my favorite moments of this, because we've never done a guest spot that was antagonistic before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so watching different people at the table at certain moments, like I could watch face reactions like Travis and maybe like Liam a little bit when like certain things would be said, and they'd be like, you start seeing like the itch of like, this isn't adding up, go on, but they're like not quite grasping kind of the and then when Chetney,
Oh my God,
like
I
full
cannot
on.
believe- cold, like absolutely.
I can believe it. It's Travis.
Yeah,
like
it's
as goofy
Travis.
as he likes to present himself, he also like very much him and Marisha have those like the full on Always Sunny, like, you know, Charlie Dave
Yes.
with the fucking board in the background. Like they have minds that go to that level of wait, but all these things can come together and make it happen.
Because we did.
Yeah.
We left.
I think Travis is. I think Travis is the only cast member I'm aware of that actually like figured it out.
Clocked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the rest of you are so good at keeping it under wraps.
Oh no!
But
Not a
you
clue.
all were, because there were so many times too, like during the course of my run that it was, I left things out there, and I think you guys, it was a combo too of this whole meta game of like we've known each other for years and we played together for years. And so I would not have done, this is another thing too that's important to mention, is that normally in games you want to have these discussions about lines and veils and boundaries and like what, you know, going in, especially as an antagonist. But I feel very grateful that we kind of knew that everybody it'd be a fun surprise for everybody.
Yeah, there was a brief like, you know, like these are things that are probably like okay.
Yeah.
I would definitely not recommend coming in as an antagonist to the rest of your party unless you really know everybody from a long time of playing together and you all know that you're here for that sort of role play, which is what we had here. Because otherwise, you want to have these conversations in advance. To make sure that you don't end up ruining anybody else's time, or for you as the antagonistic character to not be able to like play the element that intrigues you about this sort of story and see where it can go.
Yeah, 'cause
Even we weren't sure where it was going to go either.
we didn't know. Like, we had no idea what was going to happen or how you guys would react or if any of you would figure it out beforehand. And it could have gone so many different ways. Because, like, by rules as written, it's almost impossible for a level 8 character to take on a bunch of levels, like 7
No, it
level
would've
6
been-
characters.
Yeah, that would've been tough.
Yeah,
Well-
1 versus 7. But we had a couple of things that might still remain.
Me in the play. There were a couple of items at your disposal that were intended to level the playing field if it did actually come to blows.
And so there was that, and
She
then
could have been a boss battle.
I could have been a boss battle.
Oh my God.
Too, or like if I didn't want to kill anybody's character, but if I decided to
You
like,
would have been the first. I gave her permission. I was like, if it makes sense, go for it.
if it happens, it happens. But like, there are so many times where I was like, oh, I could definitely get somebody off on their own and kill them and replace them. Like
Thinking
that could
about-
happen.
Yeah, thinking back on it now, like once you made that reveal, And then I was like going through everything.
Memento,
Oh
like-
my god! Yes,
Well,
yes.
because
it all made sense.
I did, like, it seemed like I was being very chaotic, but I would say about 30 to 40% of what you says is true or has some grain of truth to it, and 60 to 70% is like terrifying manipulation. Because, like, there's those things of, like, going after Laudna or, like, hitting on Orem, and it's, like, still up in the air whether or not there's sort of genuine feelings or where that would go, but absolutely it was meant to, like, Matt, it was like this stirring the pot bit, whereas, like, it was crazy just pulling at different threads and playing the game too, also the meta narrative of wanting to do uncomfortable and sort of boundary pushing things as this character and for your character, finding your character's limits, but then also out of the game, making sure that you all felt comfortable and were having a good time.
I will say I felt a little called out for another game that's not on this channel. So I was like, wow, okay, turn around, I suppose. That's fair. Fine. Shit.
I will say, what was interesting too is a part of the meta narrative, there were a lot of things that you were doing that you was doing on
I
the side.
love it so
Oh
much.
man.
Me too.
Where like you'd be texting me like, I'm gonna go ahead and try and stealth over and listen to this conversation, or I'm gonna go off and do this thing on my own, or try and pay attention to these things. And I'd be like texting you back, like, go ahead and make this roll, and then keeping tabs on numbers versus other people's passive scores and stuff. So like we were like, and there were times where you had a whole thing going, and then like
Something else would jump
something else would jump in and like
yeah,
knock you off. You'd be like, oh yeah, totally, what's going on? And I'm like, all right, well you got waylaid, sorry. It was
I'm just over here doing absolutely nothing.
yeah. It was like a small mini chess game within the usual game.
How
It
cool.
was really like doing chess, like having to think multiple moves ahead and being like, what can we pull, within this game, and what would the character know? What would these characters be? Like Chetney, it makes sense for Chetney to figure it out, and after seeing all these different things,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Marisha started to figure it out too. Like I don't know if Lana did necessarily. I'll have to ask
Yeah,
her.
but
like,
I'm sure
Marisha she'd be like pacing at home and be like,
Yeah.
"There's something off about this. Is this, and I'm like, like, fuck.
I always like post games with Marisha because I can always tell in game when both of us are like, wait, we're onto something. And then at the end, she'll just be sitting there and then just like, okay. And then she'll go through her notes and we'll be talking just for 30. But what about this? We're going to figure this out. Just doesn't.
It's my favorite thing.
It's the
Yeah,
best
me too.
notes.
Yeah.
So
She
I,
takes the best.
I have a little throwaway question here. Favorite fictional parental figure? Like,
Whoa.
do you have, since like this is a
Gomez
show
and
where, like,
Morticia
we've been
Adams.
living-
Oh, God.
God,
you're
that's
cheating,
the
sir.
Best choice. You won.
That you
all
won.
downhill
the gate.
now.
Yeah, you won. Fresh out the gate.
And like
Na-na-na-na.
specifically the Raul Julia
Specific.
Gomez.
Oh, yes.
I mean, like,
yes,
Angelica
100%.
Houston. Like
Yes.
Is there any other? Like, just to counter that on the other end, I'm going to say the parents from Spy Kids. I love
Oh,
they're
they
pretty
are
great.
great.
They're wholesome.
like
They're
that.
they're wholesome. They support their children.
Yeah.
They don't swear. They're great.
that's a pretty good answer.
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
That's good.
Oh man.
That is such a good answer.
That was a.
Still,
Just they're perfect.
They are perfect. They're perfect in every way.
Yeah.
So
And like they are just so horny for each other.
oh, it's the
all
best.
time. Like I look at that and I'm like, love is real.
no, that is the perfect relationship right there.
Yeah, no,
that's what we strive for.
Of all the fictional stories that I feel affected me growing up, that relationship was like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I want. All the rest, like the romance movies, I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. Give me the Adams. Give me what the Adams have. That's what I want.
That and a giant slide that goes to the basement.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
I'm there for it.
Yeah.
God, what a good answer.
Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about Adams Family, completely on topic, I still to this day think that in Adams Family Values, Joan Cusack, it was standout. Fucking
Oh my
whole
God.
career.
She was a little bit of inspo for Fern.
Really?
The
Oh,
Joan
wow.
Cusack and
I can see that. That's fucking great.
That's with Adam's Family Values.
I love that so
Yes.
much.
Yes, that was one of the first. There was like there's like 5 characters that Fern is like very sort of
Wait, what?
loosely based on.
I love that.
Yes.
We'll find out as we go.
We'll find out.
Okay,
Because in the
okay.
meantime,
Hold on to some secrets.
before that happens, it is time for the Tower of Inquiry.
Oh shit! There we are. We're at this moment.
One of us pulls a block from the tower, reads the number, and Danny tells us the corresponding question and who or whom asked it. And if the Tower of Inquiry falls, there will be dire consequences for the one who ruins it. Sad, disgusting consequences.
Oh, we're getting up there too. That thing's looking janky.
And with that in mind, Matt, you had to say something, so why don't you pull a block?
Shit!
Since you have so many opinions.
I'll be the victim.
It's fine.
All your life.
You already touched it.
No, you're not.
Is that how it works?
I was told that's how it works.
Not anymore.
No?
No.
Is that
My
how it works?
rules. It's my
I don't know
rules.
if
You
it is
can
how it works.
touch what
What's
you
your
like.
rules? What's your rules?
My rules is you can.
It's when it moves. Like when you start moving.
Once it starts moving, then you're
Once
committed.
it starts moving, you're committed? Okay.
But
Well, see, do we know what happens if it falls? Because I'm not scared of any consequences.
I genuinely
Yeah.
don't know what the consequences
I don't
for
either.
falling will be.
What is the?
Maybe we'll find out.
It is
Tonight.
a sticky set, so it is.
Oh, and that is our secret word. So
What is this?
you have to pull from the tower next after Matt.
Sticky?
What? All right.
Oh, wow, we have crazy lighting too.
Can I get a duck falling from the ground at least? I would like a duck coming out of the ceiling. If we're going to do this, I insist on tradition.
It's okay. At least it's. Oh God. This is.
Oh,
This
no.
is
I don't know if.
awful.
Come on, man, just pull one so
I
I can get it
can't.
over with.
They're attached.
Maybe
Hold on.
there's a reason for that.
Just pull hard the way I did that one where I just
hate this.
yanked it. Just yank.
Why are they so?
That's the way to do it.
It's
You
like
just have
they
to pull
sweat
real hard.
together.
Okay, I can't make you suffer anymore.
They're glued.
We might have glued it together.
Oh, you
we
might have-
have a new one.
Oh, my God.
You sons of bitches!
Games within games
I like-
within games.
Well done. Well done.
This
Okay,
is-
yeah. I was like,
An inception of
I
trust.
feel like such an asshole right now.
What have I done?
Well done. Well done.
Trust has been broken.
The rank betrayal.
Oh, wow. Is this like a.
Careful, careful.
So,
we have a new one.
does Matt have to pull first, or do I have
This
to pull?
one's not sticky. First things sorry, this is a process now. We have to get 8 out of these.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask for both of y'all to come up
All right.
and pull 8.
8. Okay.
And then yeah, we'll go from there.
All right. There's 1,
2,
3,
4.
Perfect.
this way. Then
Gonna make it as thin at the bottom, aren't you?
We might topple it while setting it up.
that would be extremely on brand, and I'm here for it.
Perfect.
Was a success.
Now, listen,
This is
I believe you.
6. I have concerns about choices that have been made. There you go.
6. Right.
2 more.
Oh, nah.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna step away because I'm scared.
It's
7.
Oh boy.
So is this my official poll? Or?
No, this is the 8th
No, this
one.
is number 8.
And then it's my
Then
pool.
it's
and then
Matt,
it's your
and then
pool.
it's you.
Because
Wait, this is how many polls
This is
that are
not gonna last. Y'all screwed
these are
yourselves.
ones that were already on here.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow. You're.
I'm just seeing what's going on here.
Not comment?
There are some options, a little higher. You can pull up high if you want.
That's true. That's true.
Don't feel limited.
All right.
How am I helping you?
Because you're you.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
and now the game.
Oh, so this is the first question. Correct.
now-
All right. Well, I'm going to go
is the
sit
first
down
hand.
then.
Oh man.
It's one hand, right? Usually.
So the fun is just making sure that in future episodes, it's somebody's already ruined.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's because
we don't-
we had
we don't
already
reset it,
we had
so-
pulled
Right.
8 before in previous episodes.
Oh, sure.
So. Hey.
Oh, you.
All right, what number?
Wow.
Number 51.
51. Alrighty. So, number 51.
Yes.
How much of your backstory do you like to write, and how much mystery do you leave for the DM to fill in? From Paige Hellbaum.
Thank you, Paige.
Ooh,
I give a lot of my backstory to the DM. Pretty much all of it.
I'll start. if
Okay,
you want.
yeah. You go.
I try. This is actually the first character where I didn't do that. I try to only give backstory from the perspective of my character. So anything I write is just what my character knows and what my character thinks. It doesn't have to be true.
That's a good way to do it.
It's just their perspective on everything, and then just leave the rest to the dungeon master. Like if I don't know like the motivations of somebody who messed with my family, I don't know them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened. This is the first one where I had a little bit of a build that's just a little bit beyond my character's understanding, just because it was kind of complicated, and I wanted to. I had something a little specific in mind, so I wanted to make sure that I kind of locked in a few options of like it's gonna have to go this way.
So you think.
Yeah, so I think. I know you work hard at just subverting everything.
It's important to find.
Now that they know what you're capable of in terms of deception,
I mean,
I don't know how much they're gonna trust you. For
I
the
know.
rest of
They
this
never
campaign.
trusted me.
No.
no.
To begin with.
Really?
Well, no, they. Let's be fair. It is a combination of absolute trust
Yes.
and continuous teetering mistrust, and that is why
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like if you have a very clearly defined set of boundaries, you can do whatever the hell you want within them.
They know
Sandbox game.
They know I'll never do anything to harm them, to traumatize them, to rob them of agency.
Yeah.
But I will fuck with their expectations and twist things to make it interesting and fun for them based on what I know about them. And that just comes with experience of knowing these people, of loving them and playing with them for so long. It takes time to earn that sort of trust and understanding, so you can't expect it at the beginning of a table by any means. That's where like lines of mails conversations come in really handy. But yeah, that's where I like the fuck.
From some perspectives, a surprise birthday party is a kind of betrayal if you think about it.
I think about that constantly.
Yeah.
Like all of my nearest and dearest got together and kept a secret from me and schemed and produced things. And, you know, that could have been an assassination attempt and I would have had no idea.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of true.
Yeah.
Are you gonna plan a surprise party for me?
No, it was going to be an assassination attempt, but if it's the party you want, I'm like, all right. Am I? Thank you, Paige Hellbaum.
Do we all answer the
do we all
question,
answer?
or is it just for we all answer the question?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
Take a stab.
Gosh, you.
No, not me.
Not
you.
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 Me?
You.
I feel like
You know what you did.
I don't make a very detailed backstory. Like, in the past, I have not made super detailed backstories. Like, I feel like yours, I see pages and pages and pages.
It's a good solid 2 pages, depending on but text.
Yeah, I don't do a lot because I think I have ideas for things. There's even some stuff that I've been thinking about for Fern that for later that I'm sort of tinkering with that I will eventually talk to Matt about.
Which is a cool note, just to jump in real fast. Like your character can continue to evolve and percolate throughout a story. It doesn't have to be like all written before session 0 and then it's immutable. Like it's a conversation as you go.
It is, and I feel like Sam most recently when we were doing campaign 3, he was like writing stuff down and he was like, I'm gonna give Matt some new stuff. He was like, oh yeah, he's like, I always add to my backstory. And I was like, wait, what? It's not set in stone, like just right from the beginning, and then I don't know.
For a lot of people it is, and they like
yeah.
it that way, but as long as it's not radically altering your character or contradicting things you've already established, there's no reason to not continue to explore what nuance inspires you as you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's all collaborative storytelling. At the end of the
is.
day. And for me, it depends on the campaign, because other campaigns I'm in are like, I've said this before, but playing D&D in a live stream or on camera is like you have to be both an actor, an improviser, a writer, and a producer. Because like have usually a set number of episodes that I'm contracted for. And in that time, I have to come through with a whole arc, a whole backstory, and like drop all of the things right at the right time and still interact with and improvise along with everybody else in the campaign. So most of the time, I will write out everything, you know? I just have to have everything. Like for this one, I gave you quite a lot. We left it open-ended in terms of how we would react to things, but in terms of backstory, we had it all pretty much nailed down both for you and for Dusk.
Which we had to specifically for the purposes of this story because it's a very challenge. What you attempted to do with this character is a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
And so it required a little bit of that like preparation.
Right. And so the whole, I always do love the trope of like born sexy yesterday, you know, with like, you know, like Lilu in Fifth Element or any of the like sweet innocent little babies that have no idea how to live in this world. I'm just a baby. Help me. And one question that you did have that I can't answer, well, I don't know, should I? Because like, I don't know if...
No, if it's an I don't know, then you hold off.
Well, yeah.
If it's an I don't know, you hold off.
That's true, but I will say that the whole concept behind Dusk was, and in some ways the character that I played as me, the player, is like, get somebody to underestimate you. If you put yourself in a position in which people are like, oh, they're just a little baby, they will absolutely not see it coming.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of undermining people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I also like. I keep interrupting
No, it's
you.
good.
Oh my God.
It's good. No, keep talking.
We're here to
Go.
talk about this shit. Talk about it.
There you talk.
Get it out, girl. Come on.
Yeah.
I also feel like for me, so much of the, I like having not a very detailed backstory because there's still so much of the game. I like to be surprised. That's the game for me.
Yeah.
So I know because we're obviously doing this in front of an audience now and we're streaming it, so there's a certain element of like, okay, you have to see where your character's going, but I love Matt's storytelling, obviously. I think we all really like what he does. So it's so fun sitting at the table and just being like, yes, and Matt and I looking at each other being like, we're completely making up the story together right now, and I'm just yesing and just seeing what shit comes out.
And Fern is so ephemeral, it's not like you can't just like at any time going, oh yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. I forgot, it really wasn't that interesting. It's just like keep going.
And can I express like Ashley, we had you for as much as we could get for Vox Machina, and Pike was such a wonderful heart for that story, and I'm excited that we get to develop her more in other facets because we didn't have you for as much time as we wanted to really kind of give her what she was due. And then with Yasha, when we finally did get you back, we got to kind of really dive into that story and those relationships. And as we got there, it was a very, you know, tragic and in some ways introverted character. That part of her story was coming out of her shell, and the way that you were finally getting able to like
totally
sit
lining up with where I was in life too. So
watching you come to, I've said it before, watching you be unleashed as Fern, like, and I'll say it again, and it continues to just add on to itself, is one of my favorite joys of this campaign.
Oh,
It's
those
a lot of
moments,
fun.
those moments of I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but we're gonna follow it and see what happens. Is the best.
I feel like you and I sometimes will be on like a tightrope and we're like, I don't know where we're gonna go.
Yep.
You move and then I'll go with you. It's really fun. This has been I've said this before, of like a character to play, especially after these past few years of just being dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just being just kind of light and fluffy, but yeah. I don't know. I'm
She's a lot of
finally
fun.
done.
No, it's okay. You had something to say, and you.
To be fair, we also
said
interrupting you, like, so you gotta finish it.
That's how conversations are.
And if you have a hot and ready evergreen question for our brand new, totally not sticky yet Tower of Inquiry, you can enter it at critroll.com/tower!
Woohoo!
Tower. I have to do one?
Yeah. The tower. He points to his own device.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, because he gets the pull.
You now pull. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he said the secret word.
Oh, he said sticky.
Said sticky.
So, a very well-oiled machine is our brand. This this set here. What are you gonna do? I believe in
This
you,
one is
Taliesin.
not glued, I promise.
I believe you. He has backed me into a corner here.
Yeah, buddy. I love
You helped set this up.
It's true.
It's not my fault that I take a challenge.
Look at it.
Stop it, you.
Hey,
19!
19.
What is 19?
Oh, I love this question.
Ooh!
Okay, here we go.
I love all of the questions. Let me make that very clear. If Kiri spent a day with your character, what phrase would she pick up and mimic? This is from Faye.
Suck, fuck, shit, fucking
There
fuck,
it
fuck,
is.
shit.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's true.
Don't touch me. That one's easy.
Oh God. Maybe like I was just lying. Or like
That's good.
I don't know. God, what would
Don't you fucking touch my shit. That would be, yeah, there would be a few. That's a good one. That's useful. You can use that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Don't you fucking touch my shit.
Entirely.
I'm like, how are you feeling? Don't you fucking touch my shit. It just means it's practically the word Smurf. You can use it for anything.
Yeah. I feel like,
You have two options. So
man, because it's fun too. Under normal I think Dusk is probably one of the longer cons for you. I feel like, because can truly be anything. And they are, so there's no even real set voice, really. That's
very scroll.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a particular phrase within Dusk's skin that you think would be helpful for Kiri to pick up on?
No, I think that's the thing, is it's
Nothing to grab onto.
Yeah, there's nothing to grab onto.
To keep it.
Yeah, which is like the fun thing, because I really wanted to play a changeling, because it's in a lot of ways just representative of the things that I always want to be, just like a fully fluid experience. Be anything, do anything, say anything. But then the flip side of that is you can be anything that other people want you to be too, for better or worse. And that's like a scary.
I just had a stupid party trick idea.
Okay.
You could have a changeling pretend to be Kiri, and then that would be the trick, is trying to remember only the phrases that they already had and not fuck up.
Right?
That would
So
be
much fun stuff to
that
play
would be a
with.
lot of fun, because then it would just be, if you just slip once or twice, just hope no one notices. And
Getting a nosebleed, trying to conjecture.
Right?
the-
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Math behind that.
that would drive me insane.
Man, as far as NPCs go, we haven't spent too much time with Captain Xandis. So I don't have a quote there. But
No.
Probably Eshtaros.
Yeah.
In Drusar, be like, the cookies are ready.
Yes.
I love that you've made a baker.
I don't know where that came from.
I don't
like,
know either, but it's
wonderful.
It made
really
sense.
fun.
Like as the more
Was
you got
that
to
in the
know-
moment?
Yeah, because
Great.
like he is a deeply paranoid, weathered warrior who has seen and been through some shit, and is holed up in his estate for the purposes of keeping himself safe while he sends out his network of information gatherers and such to stay on the beat of trying to be a force for good in society. And in the middle of this like stocky kind of older Bruce Wayne type figure that he emerged to be, it made sense for in his soft core to have a hobby, and baking is just it's like he gets to host so rarely because so few people come within his spectrum of trust that like I imagine he'd be excited to be able to host, and so the baking thing kind of came out naturally just as that was evolving. And
I love him.
It's just that never quite getting to the great Craghammer cooking baking show.
I know.
It's just rough. Thank you, Faye. Remember, submit your evergreen cues to critroll.com/tower! Exclamation point. This brings us to the next phase of our four-sided dive, the deep dive. Danny, What's on the menu for today? I don't know why I'm talking that way.
I like
I
it.
don't either.
Okay, that's
Your thing.
Oh, it's time.
Yes, we get caught.
Muggies.
Here's your wonderful guest mug. You're going to be able to add your little drawing to that.
Thank
at
you.
the end.
Thank you.
Oh my God, your mugs are so cool.
It's mugging for the camera.
So cute.
We're going to take turns pulling questions from our tankards, and since I'm tavern keeper, I'll be kicking this off. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, camera, for telling me that. I'm just a puppet. They pull my strings. I have no free will here. Help. Here we are.
What's your question, Taliesin?
My question is, with Ashton learning more about their memories and the night they fell, how does he feel about not having found any nobodies yet? It's been a little busy. There hasn't been a lot of time for stuff, and I will admit there's like stuff that I keep like, okay, there's no time for that right now, so I'm putting off a few things and a few conversations, which will be coming up soon. Honestly, he hasn't even really gotten to that point yet. There's still so much brewing and going around that hasn't been processed, that looking up their old friends and seeing what happened hasn't really kicked in yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you gave me in the museum that's still kind of kicking around, and I'm hoping to have a conversation about with somebody.
We'll see if any of that ever comes to fruition.
That really threw me. So that'll be exciting, and that requires a conversation with a couple players that has not happened yet because we've been doing some shit.
Well, but next time you're traveling abroad or have a beat and Ashton's feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah, and God only knows where the rest of them are. But yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's something. A couple people who might know what the fuck happened. Should be cool. That'd be cool. Are we going
clockwise? Counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Oh,
That would mean you.
That would mean
You
me.
said.
Okay, I'm pulling.
Right.
See what the question has here.
All right. I revealed that FCG is an Eormaton and that dancer is alive. Can you tell us a little bit about both of those reveals? How much did Sam already know, and what did you keep secret? So with Sam, when he decided he wanted to be an automaton for this campaign, the aspect of it being specifically Aor related and kind of tied to those elements, I think he mentioned it in passing before he finished campaign 2 and then never came back around to it. And so in the back of my head, I just kind of kept that thread as something that might reveal itself down the
I
road.
feel like he was obsessed with Devexian.
He was.
When we all were like, dude, who's this hot robot?
Yeah. And I think I mentioned I think I mentioned after that session to you guys, I'm like, well, shit, you just unlocked, automatons as a race in Exandria, essentially. And so for me, it was waiting. I wondered if he remembered having that conversation about wanting to play one of those before, like long before FCG was a full twinkle in his eye. But I was kind of held onto that thread and then was just waiting for the right moment for it to reveal, for him to run into somebody who had a history with enough automatons and their general history to be able to acknowledge which parts of that were. So he didn't know much about that unless he'd played coy, which Sam always does.
Yes.
As far as Dancer being alive, he left a lot into his backstory kind of open. And so I think he'd say stuff like, here's my stuff, but mess with it all you want and, change it. This is just this is just my character's perspective and I don't want to know, and just kind of, take it from there. And so I think the dancer reveal was a little bit of a surprise as well.
We had a session 0. There was clearly things had gone down, which
Yeah.
I find we were there. We saw it. So.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
Oh, you're very much saw some shit.
We saw some shit. The cameras weren't there, but we Sam and I saw some shit when that happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a fun tethered reveal that I was just wondering when the moments would arrive. Because both of your characters had such a strong backstory tied into the Hellcatch Valley, once we began to head this direction, I was like, okay, wonder when we're going to start running into old, familiar spaces.
Opposite ends of that spectrum, let me tell
Yeah.
of what happens in that town.
Yeah, and even then, you guys have been kind of, oriented around specific goals and running around some spaces, but there's still a lot that hasn't been explored. And I figure, I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes from here next time you guys swing back around.
The all burns mine thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's going back a little bit, but that was so cool.
Yeah.
Like the
I'm
hive
very
mind.
curious. Yeah, the hive mind thing.
Yeah.
I'm very curious with that.
Yeah.
I want to know more.
You should go talk to them or something.
Oh, should I?
I don't know. That's how you figure it out. I'm not going to tell you.
What do you want?
Right?
And actually,
Play the game. Roll some dice.
Thank you for reminding me. I have a personal question to ask you when we're not on camera about things in the
Well, now you gotta ask.
No, not here. This is going to be a surprise for everybody. I just want them to know that I'm doing it because, that's how the magic happens.
Come talk to me, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime. You're up. What you got, Eric?
What you
Oh
got?
my god. Let's see, what do I got? Chetney caught on to use secrets early. What went through your head as he laid out your plan? What did you say in the whispered insight check?
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually curious about that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I probably said I told when he clocked me when I was made, I could tell that he was still sort of guessing because he wasn't like showing his work,
Kinda dancing
so to say,
around it.
And it makes sense for Chetney to have figured it out, and also makes sense for Travis to have figured it out. But I wasn't gonna give up the ghost that easy.
Yeah.
I still so that's why we had this, the insight roll off. And I whispered in his ear that I'm totally going to kill her parents. I'm absolutely going to murder them, I think is the exact word.
He played it so cool.
I can see Travis just going cool and then
Yeah.
just sitting
Yeah,
back down. And
pretty
being like,
much.
well, all right.
And like the thing is that, I feel like we knew it was kind of because you had said, oh, we're going to possibly go meet Fern's parents, at the end of today. And so I was like, the jig is up. We got to do it. And so that's why I started dropping things like really rapid pace, like the lay on hands reveal, which is fine. But everybody had seen my
so
character
many
card.
hints.
There were so many hints.
And
there's
just, like-
cards that it's if you go back and watch it, there were plenty of things that I said that are technically true, but when sort of twisted another way, could be something.
Somebody has probably gone through and marked everything just to make life easier.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you, YouTube.
Please, people who help with the wiki, please. But I told him, and it was kind of a gamble. And then immediately going and crying to Fern to control the narrative is such a dick move
But
for Dusk to do. Be like, he said he was going to kill your parents.
And I was like, oh no.
I know, you're like, but the funny response was, you're like, oh, he's probably just joking. We joke like that.
That's just how we have fun with each other. Oh God.
I was down to kill parents. I'm sad that.
But that's the thing. And I'm curious about what everybody else thought about it, when they heard that. And was that like, oh, what a weird stab in the dark for Chetney to do, or
Yeah, it was I was a little bit like,
he says shit like that all the time. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah, he's just being weird.
yeah, kind of boy cried wolf type scenario.
Yeah.
well, and I sort of like, well, you built in a bunch of those scenarios. So like, if the different people like threw off Imogen by buddying up with Loudna. And so even you were like, oh, are you jealous,
yeah, just trying to figure that
they're
out.
trying to figure that out, sort of a thing. And if like she'd said like, oh, Dusk is bad news, it could always be played off as like, she's never liked me, sort
Yeah,
of a deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
God,
then,
when Chetney brought that up, I was like, huh. That's right. We didn't question any of that.
It's true. I got away with so much of it, and I was uniquely positioned to do so as a guest and as somebody who is known and played with you guys for so long, I think. just
Oh, yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff that I did that if any other guest had done it or if an NPC had done it, you would have nailed my ass.
Well,
Yeah.
NPCs
Yeah.
definitely. Just
NPCs
because
definitely.
We've learned to be
Yes.
mistrustful.
Right, but
Sorry.
never guess.
No. I mean, like,
Now we
I mean,
trust
but
no
you've
one.
never had a guest. I think almost all of your guests have been like sweet angel babies, you know? With the exception, like Joe was like, I'm evil. And you guys were like, great, cool, absolutely.
But you knew it up
Put
front.
you know?
And just we have an aligned goal,
Yeah.
type of scenario. At that point, the stakes
back.
are so high that it's like individual morality doesn't matter. We need to work together to make the greater good happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
But this was the first real like
Yeah,
guest
we-
deception.
Yeah, we had some bent ones, but no one did a full U-turn.
Yeah. And that's
Mary Elizabeth was a little bent, but only a little. Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Delve into the mushroom cup.
Okay, what does Fern think about the revelation that Maury wrote the postcards and is not actually her blood-related grandmother? Okay, so...
it's so much dumped on.
I know. Oh, wow, this is so much information. I think that in EXU, when Abria so beautifully, when we met, another version of Fern, and this other version of Fern said that the postcards were from Grandma Maury. So I think Fern has always sort of had that in the back of her mind, but it's the only thing that she has a connection to her parents. So she's still holding on to hope that maybe that's not true, and also likes to show it off. That oh, look how, my parents thought about me so much and sent me things. So I don't know why I just put that back in there.
About to say that doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. And as for not being blood related, I'm excited to see how that pans out, because that's very possible, and to see how everybody ties in together. Again, that part of the backstory, I was like, here's some ideas. Have fun.
Thankfully, Faye shit isn't too tangled. It's usually pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yes, but we have
on the surface.
a little bit more up our sleeves.
See, it was what you get. we say what we mean.
Exactly.
We mean what we say.
Yeah, but we've got a little more to tinker with and play with, and with that. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Are we still going?
I'm all done.
Still going. Pull
We're still
questions,
rolling.
yeah.
All right, I'm pulling another question.
I had stuff planned for you.
I know. I was aware. I was really sad. I could tell.
We could still good. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
See what it is.
Just kill him in his sleep and then leave the story just to piss off Taliesin.
Taliesin, roll another character.
I'm starting to build one just in case. Don't think I'm not.
That's not a bad idea for all of you.
Yeah,
Well,
it's true.
What is it like showing Bell's Hells around Bosphorus? Does it compare at all to Percy showing Vox Machina around Whitestone? It is a very different experience because I made Whitestone on a certain level. I kind of created the vibration of it, the style of it, and kind of that was a little bit of my own creation. I've had a hand in evolving it to where it is now. Whereas Bosphorus was just like, all I knew was it was the shithole I came from. Of like, this is the shithole where you grew up. Clearly there had to be some good shit, but it was mostly you left for reasons. In my head it was kind of, and apologies to anybody who this might cross. I don't really mean it this way. It was kind of Milwaukee, which is I say with love, which I've been.
Don't
I've
take
been in
this
Milwaukee.
the wrong way,
I've had
but specifically screw Milwaukee.
well, no, I mean
No,
like
I'm kidding.
Milwaukee is
This
clearly
place
like
in particular.
yeah, it's it's got the it's got some other like heavy Mad Max vibes, but it is like that place where you're like, I don't really want to go back. Everything was kind of shitty, and you get there and you're like, guys, there's these 4 bars that are really fucking good.
Yeah.
And like you just have that moment of it's like getting into the shower where like, I don't want to get wet. Okay, now I'm wet. This is nice. I don't want to get out.
Right.
So
That's a good way to put it. I love that.
no, it was
I love
just like, I cannot believe I'm fucking going back to this place. I cannot believe I have this old friend who used to sell drugs. I bet she's doing real well. Hold on. Yeah, like
Dude,
we're gonna go ride cars.
Taliesin, your description of and like the way that Ashton interacts with your friend with Justy I was like, Taliesin is absolutely described former friends of his.
Every single person who Ashton has in contact with that I have created is based off of someone I know. Like
I know
very
who some of
specifically.
them are.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
yeah, there are people who are not hard to peg down, but there are a few who are like there are a few that were before your time. Any of you?
Uncanny.
But yeah,
Back
that
in
was
the aughts of
yeah,
1800s. I don't know.
1649. It was,
Back
you know,
when he was a wee
1658.
lad
Yeah,
down the streets of Santa Monica.
Cromwell was yeah, okay, but I think actually the dates line up on that one. Anyway, yeah, so it's interesting because I did get that big packet of stuff before we got there. You're like, here's everything. Tell me if you want to add anything, and I did, and it was like, who do you know? And I was like, here's a list of names of people I might know, and I gave you a bunch of. I have a list of names of interesting people that Ashton might know in any one place, and I try and avoid the most ridiculous of them because I know because I went real Dickensian on some of these names.
Yeah, you did.
So I was trying to like.
The good news is a lot of them were part of the nobodies. A lot of them scattered
Yeah.
to wherever ends they needed to after a botched job. So
There's a few that I will never use because they're just too ridiculous for Exandria. So
you say that.
yeah, that's why I'm not saying them out loud. It's just in case. I'm like,
Yeah, learn from my mistakes.
we've gotten to this. We've gotten to these names. Well, they're just. It's like I mean, like the
Mick Hunt? What was that?
Yeah.
Oops.
You can ship your pants.
Nearly
I can
8
ship
years
my
into-
pants right now.
I love that commercial.
I literally just last night was like, speaking of those types of names, Brian was watching Better Call Saul, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Saul Goodman. Oh! After all these years. I'm
Wow, I
like-
just got it. Oh my god.
did you just get it too?
I just got it.
Oh, thank
really?
God.
Shit.
That's awesome.
I just,
Congratulations.
it didn't register. And Brian paused it. He was like, are you serious?
I feel like I just got hit by a boomerang.
Yeah,
Okay.
right? Oh my God, I'm so glad. So glad. I can't wait to tell him it's
I
not
love
just
it.
I've never said it out loud before. No, I was like,
me. Yeah.
All
I was
right,
like,
all right.
bing.
Let's see. There.
My gunt.
When you say it out loud.
When you say it out loud, you know.
There have been a lot of strange coincidences surrounding Bell's Hells and their connections to each other. Is fate a theme in this game, or are there other in-game reasons for those coincidences that will be revealed in time?
coincidences. I get that in there.
I'm making another question. It's like, how do I answer this? Watch our campaign. I mean, it's possible. I have a lot of themes running around. There are a lot of facets in this campaign that are based around coincidences. There are some that are elements of unique fate, and you're not sure which is which. Those might be revealed or disproven with time. I'm excited there are facets of this campaign that have been brewing since campaign 1. And I've been waiting for this campaign for a long time.
Patterns arise from chaos, is what he's saying.
Yes.
Chaos can disguise patterns.
I'll give another quick question because I couldn't really answer that one succinctly.
So many questions you can't answer, Matt.
I know.
So much I can do.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Just have one word
This is
answer.
my
Yes,
Christmas walking.
maybe.
That's real great.
Sounds so much like you.
I love it. That's
Wow.
your nice character. That's your backup character.
I
Doing
really just
okay?
want to do a stand-up show that's just all of my impressions that are awful.
Well, now I'm worried. Is Christopher
What else
Walken
do
all
you
right?
got?
Yeah.
Do you go-
I don't know, guys. We'll see. They all sound exactly the same.
That's a pretty good Elvis you got there.
I love it.
You're Richard Nixon.
I'm not a crook.
It's pretty great. I'm front row. Like I'm going to the meet and greet after. It's gonna be great.
I want to
Michael
be in the splash zone.
Fassbender.
Well,
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Shame is a great movie. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
sorry.
The Callaways are a little more morally ambiguous than Fern's recollection might have made them to seem. Thieves and working with Ira. What inspired the characterization, and how is it getting to reveal Birdie? It was really fun to reveal Birdie.
That was so fun.
a lot of like long lead up into that, and kind of playing with the mystery of the memory of your parents. As far as like their morally ambiguousness, look at Fern. Like to a certain extent, very much chip off the old block to a certain
Absolutely.
point. Very, and you still don't know a lot about Birdie, but there is definitely an element of, well, I am a creature of impulse, and if something gets in my way, I move around it like water to a rock. Morals? I'm excited for us to explore more of what that meant, what they've been up to, and kind of what their relationship is picking up on, as there are some unique discrepancies between a few aspects of your history and their understanding. Just a few. So I'm excited for that. The inspiration from characterization, I mean, part of my characterization for Birdie is based off of what you've established for Fern, because now when me having to create the parents of facets of your character, you start considering like what things would you, especially since you only had like youthful memories of them, might have led to threads of it, kind of like mannerisms, if not the voice, which is probably, I assumed Fern's like presentational persona is probably a little more pulled from Maury than anybody because you spent the most time with her.
Yes.
But there is still like a little bit of memory lineage between the parents. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to develop Birdie, and I'm excited to see more of those interactions as you're now, screaming off into the desert to see where all this leads.
Yes. You were telling me that you didn't really anticipate the group doubting Birdie as much as they did.
No! No, I did not!
Yeah.
I wonder why they did that.
Because you fucking mess with their minds. It was awesome.
There's also, that was a room full of people with like parental issues. I mean, they'd definitely be like, well, we know we're gonna not all agree to knock out this one, so let's do that one first, because then we can all agree to knock out the other one. It was just that was literally, it was like,
Yeah, it was a combination of the right setup of mistrust, the lack of aggression. Like honestly, with how we had set things up, and the especially the conversation that you had with some of the Unseelie members, and like kind of the element start was like, this is going to be a tense encounter when it eventually hits that point. And so I expected and anticipated a number of different directions of it, and made sure that we had conversations once things have been revealed, have been like, we're all on the same page to follow this wherever it goes, no matter how violent or intense or weird it gets, we're all cool. And if anyone gets uncomfortable, like, let anyone know.
Yeah. Guard, yeah.
Exactly. We had that before that last session. And so all that talk and you wanting to push for that, I was like, oh man, Erika is gonna go all in on this. Yeah. And this might be a very intense, violent act. And then you turned it on me to a point. and whereas Birdie, from her point, Birdie, this is not the first Unseelie individual that she's encountered, and knows exactly, she has all the context that you do not, and is acting out of the need to survive, which the way that you set it up and the rest of the characters, especially with what Imogen picked up by reading her thoughts initially and seeing a flash of Ira in her mind, set her, as Travis goes, woo, alarm is off.
She really came out looking bad with Dusk not fighting back, and with, all of the information that she'd been withholding.
I would have been content to knock everybody out and then figure it out later.
It's honestly very Ashen of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Ashley.
Because it's like, I could have definitely, and there's still a lot of my spells and stats and items even that haven't been revealed that I kept in reserve, because I decided to go with like pull on all the different threads that I'd set up throughout the entire run.
That's the one sad thing is we've never actually had an opportunity to knock a guest unconscious and take their
I know.
shit. And I was really excited to take all your shit.
Well, we had conversations when she was like equipping her character. I was like, based on where this is going, I cannot give you anything that I do not want the party to eventually have.
Exactly. So
So there was definitely a balanced conversation. She's like, can I have this? I'm like, no, we'll find a lesser version of that just in case they kill you and take your shit. I really don't want them to have this. Not yet.
So we're running a bit long. Sorry. So we'll add our leftover tankard question to our game after the break. For now, it's time to pull another question from... Drum roll.
From where?
The Tower of Inquiry! Oh, shit! Oh, God. Who's pulling it now?
I feel like it's you, because I think if there's one more pull,
I'll
after
do it.
this, right?
I'll do it.
I believe in you, Ashley.
Okay, I think there's
You
one
can
more
do this.
pull after.
You can knock it over.
So I want to make sure
get
you're the one. I want to make sure you get the worst one.
structurally
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's only fair.
Yes. You know my history.
I do. I'm just trying to give you what you want.
That's true.
You always know what I want.
What you got? Oh, look at that discerning eye.
I'm so sorry for what we've handed you.
I'm not.
All right, and as she goes in, she's looking over the top of the tower. You can see she's twiddling her fingers, which is a technique of gripping the exterior.
Center corner, bold move, bold move.
It's tweaking a bit on its axis. Doesn't look too great. You can see in her face there's a little bit of a apprehension for the choice she's going to make, but she's going to the left side.
Apprehension
Now,
is
it's
totally
funny
justified.
Because if we look at how Ashley has acted in previous Jenga games, she's definitely not one to just be poking and prodding. She'll go for it. She'll go for it. But right now, it seems like she's playing it safe.
Oh, she's doing
The
a breathing
one-hand
technique.
pull.
She's whistling in and out. This is a way to keep her calm.
Oh, you got to keep breathing. You need proper oxygen.
Up, and the wiggles are in. The wiggles are in.
Danny, look out, just in case. I think she's gonna. She's got it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
She's on the right. Oh,
You got
it is.
this. You got this. There.
That's how it's done.
This is a 20.
That's how it's done.
Natural 20.
A natural 20.
Ooh.
Respect
on
on
that.
That is how it's done. I'm so proud.
That was, and the flowers are still standing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Stepping away, stepping away.
No, that was such a win. That was such a win.
I'm so glad we got to witness that. That was awesome.
That was great.
What facet of your character would annoy you the most if you got stuck living with them as freshman college roommate?
Oh, God.
Grief.
From Heliophage.
Thank you,
Incredible
Heliophage.
What a great question.
Oh, man, everything.
I mean, everybody's had a roommate who's stolen their shit.
I
before.
was gonna say,
Yeah. God, it's just.
Where did you put the? Yeah.
I haven't.
Did you take my?
Oh, is that yours?
I hadn't put it together. This is like. Ashton's almost an amalgamation of every terrible roommate I've ever had. Or at least just the worst parts of every roommate. I've had
Except
a lot
for
of roommates.
that one.
Oh, we don't count that one. That one doesn't count. They've been erased from memory. But yeah, all of even the good ones, just the little bits of just why are you awake at this hour and why did you decide that this is the hour to turn on the stereo? Really, did you need it? I'm aware that you're drunk and I'm aware that you've had a bunch of coffee and it's 4:00 in the morning and I'm aware you don't have to work in the morning, but I do. Can you just please take it to the fucking basement? Okay.
There's some leftover pent-up aggression there.
They moved away and I haven't had time to actually, so I love them, but there's definitely some stuff that has to be said.
Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be the things going missing constantly or things just. And with Fern, it's the weird shit. Fern doesn't take anything that's necessarily expensive. It's just literally so much of the stuff, because I think it's so funny that in Little Mermaid, she would brush her hair with a fork. And always since I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, this is so funny.
A dinglehopper.
A dinglehopper.
Dinglehopper.
So Fern just keeps things, just stupid shit that you're like, where are my salt and pepper shakers? I had them. Yeah.
You don't want those back.
Oh, I don't. I thought you were throwing them away.
Just left them on the table.
Yeah, you just left them out. I don't know.
What do you think?
I mean, as somebody who has had a housemate who gaslit them, I would say that's not
Yeah.
Like Dusk, even Dusk would be, if it were just purely Dusk, Dusk is a lot and just would be smashing things all over by accident. But you is truly terrifying because
that was such a change.
You wouldn't even know that they were manipulating you or that they hadn't maybe paid rent in a couple of months or something because it's just, yeah, you would be the worst roommate ever because you don't even know if you're gonna I don't know, survive the semester maybe. Yeah, that's my answer.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah.
What NPC?
God.
I don't know the big one. I don't have a player character. So
We could keep with Esteros.
Esteros is done.
Esteros.
Or-
Troga. There's.
So we don't have to stick to this campaign. We can get weird.
That's true. What you feeling?
Essek.
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 No, I already see it. Oh.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I already feel it.
I think it would be
I'm curious.
a person that constantly sits around and mopes emotionally and needs support and help, but will never, ever let anybody in to try and help them. The person that sits there and goes no, don't worry, I'm fine.
Oh, buddy.
Like, you want to talk about it? No.
Like, well, if you're gonna be like this,
I think this is just
you
for
really need to talk about this.
Does he label all of his food in the refrigerator?
Oh, wow.
He feels like a labeler.
Yeah.
He kind of feels like a labeler.
I think at the beginning of being roommates, no. But then them realizing that the food can get mixed up, then they start labeling everything. Because they're used to being on their own, and having a roommate is such a shift they don't necessarily like.
I know you've had my orange juice because I put the tape right at the level of the orange juice, and now it's lower, and I haven't had any orange juice.
That is, I've had that roommate.
Yep.
And I know Essek would very much become that roommate. I look for.
It's fine. You can have the orange juice. I just wish you'd tell me.
And to be
I
honest,
just want you to know how much you're drinking of mine.
Yeah.
I think Caleb probably fits in a similar category. So I think
I was
actually
gonna say that
they
Caleb
live together pretty well. I
Caleb
think.
would be super passive aggressive.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I think together they
so
fit
well labeled.
Yeah.
It works.
Their whole
really
home
well.
is gonna be like the home edit.
Right.
Like everything's very organized and like glass containers.
Yep.
My dream.
Like matching label.
Yes.
The idea of like seeing Caleb in the background reading a book and Essex going through a box and just goes like, "Does this bring you joy?"
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, if I want a whole fan fiction of that, of them clearing clutter out of their home.
Yeah.
Thank you, Heliophage. I think I said that right. God only knows. Remember, if you have a thick and friendly question for us,
Whoa.
you can enter your questions for the Tower of Inquiry at critroll.com/tower! Exclamation point.
Favorite kind of question.
Thick and friendly.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go too far because when we come back, we're going to be playing Codenames and probably mess around with you a little bit more. I don't know. We're going to talk to you about your
Yeah.
It's time for a break.
Let's do a break.
Okay. And break.
Popcorn time.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Could anything be more perfect? The cuteness, it's overpowering. I mean, the Traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
This is seriously magical.
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
It's so cute. I can't handle it.
I am Kiri. Yes, I am very sweet. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Tal'Dorei Campaign Setting Reborn, the definitive 5e sourcebook that brings the land of Tal'Dorei to your game. Rediscover the land of Critical Role's Vox Machina with 9 dazzling subclasses, 5 rich backgrounds, and dozens of new creatures, feats, and magic items. The future of Tal'Dorei is in your hands now. How do you want to do this?
I just want to watch my Critical Role.
For your consideration, this is the face of a critter who's craving their Critical Role content. But for this sanctimonious shipper, time misled them like a trip to the feywild. They now have come face to face with existential dread, a fear of sardonic spoilers. Let us lead them across the bridge into a realm of bright shadows where, even if one misses the live viewing of their favorite program, they can still watch it on demand if they bear the mark of a Twitch subscription to the channel. That mark, a mysterious sigil of emoticons made by the sage, Arsqueef. In this land of shadow known as the Twitch subscription zone, no shipper, fanficker, or please name my kitten litter critter has to feel like a bitter fritter. And so ends another meandering digression, a complicated parody promo down an indistinct highway to the region we call the Twitch subscription zone.
Subscribe. Twitch Prime subscribe. Gift subscribe. Subscribe. You should check to see if you've left the oven on.
Welcome back to Four-Sided Dive. In celebration of Erika's fabulous ruse, we're going to be playing Codenames. Here's how you play. We're going to split into 2 teams, and on those teams, one of us will be the Spy Master, and the Spy Masters have to help their teammates pick certain words that belong to their faction. The Spy Master gives their teammates a clue, a single word clue, and a number. For example, if there were 3 words that were related to the word marble, the Spy Master may say marble 3, and their teammates have to pick the 3 words that are related to marble. But this will have a little Four-Sided Dive twist. At the end of every team's turn, they count up how many words they've guessed correctly, and they pull that many questions at random from these confidential envelopes and answer them. Ashley and Erika, you are our Feywild cards of the evening, so you will both be Spy Masters. Matt, you're on Ashley's team.
Yay!
Taliesin, you're on Erika's team. I'm saying that because my name's up there, but my name is Taliesin, so I'm on Erika's
He will
team.
read literally whatever the teleprompter tells him to.
Play the game, outro, host. Anyway, let's go. There's a hourglass involved.
Yeah.
No one told me there would be hourglasses.
That's only if you take too much time. We have questions to read. So who's going first? And I guess we have an extra rule here that I guess there are team cards for the red team cards for the blue team as far as the pattern goes. There's also innocent bystanders, which are not points for anybody, for those who haven't played the game. And there's an assassin card on the board. If someone gets the assassin card, apparently the game doesn't end, but they get to pull from the consequences box in the back of the room, whatever that means. So we'll find out.
Who's playing first? We're gonna go for it, or
we're not rollies?
Oh, I don't have.
Oh yeah, we should.
I will
rollies.
get dice,
Okay.
and we will roll.
Good job.
Come on, Danny, bring us some dice.
What do you need from behind the bar? That's what I do.
That's
2d20s.
Let's place it here. And we shall roll off the Spy Master. Sure.
What do you want? Yeah, Spy Master?
Oh, sure, why not?
Spy Master? Okay.
7.
13!
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
so-
here we go.
Boy, I don't know how to connect any of these.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot.
It's okay to start out with just 2.
Yeah? Okay.
You don't have to go.
And if we want this game to keep going, maybe we can. We'll just keep doing it in terms of 2.
Okay,
Way to do
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with Pyramids 1. Start nice and easy. Did I do it right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And I somehow hope I don't fuck this up. I'm gonna go with Egypt over there.
Oh, good job, Matt. What a team.
Yeah.
You did it. You did. Okay,
a
so
good
you
start.
put your.
So we put our blue agent over here. Okay.
And then while they begin their turn, I'm gonna reach in here and pull a question for us. One question, because we only got one, majestically. Okay. For me, Hundir dropped a lot of lore on the Hells, the Grey Assassins, the Texts, and the Forgotten Gods, Ruidus being a later addition. How long have these secrets been stewing? Well, I mean, the Assassins since the beginning of this campaign, Texts and the Forgotten Gods, since campaign 2 was when that idea came up, and actually kind of Ruidus being later addition and the Gods kind of campaign 1 into campaign 2 was when those ideas were brewing. but didn't get to develop them into narrative elements until this campaign. So I'm super excited that we're getting to visit some of that weird lore.
I'm gonna say.
What you got for me?
City 2.
Well, City 2, I would probably pull New York and Tokyo, which I did backwards
Perfect.
there.
Perfect.
Backwards there. Look at that.
That's it.
Yeah.
We did it. You did good.
Oh, thank you. I knew words,
Yes.
which is kind of surprising for me.
Proud of you.
So we pulled 2 questions out of the top secret bin. Here, you can take that one.
Okay.
Oh, this one's for you.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Did you actually fancy either Laudna or Aurum, or was that just a tactic to cause chaos? You know, I guess you will have to find out. But I gotta say that,
Keep your head in the
probably-
game. Don't get attached.
yeah, probably a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Well, but we'll see how that goes.
Ashton and Bell's Hells have now joined Paragon's Call. What is it like for him to join up, and not just a crawler gang, but one of the more terrifying ones? It sucks having a real job, I'll say. Like, you gotta really get in. Yeah, I think more terrifying is not necessarily really Ashton's concern. It's more, wow, just bouncing from one consequence to the next, and if there's a better way to kick that can down the bucket, down the street, I will be very, very happy to do it. So yeah, right now it's just it's a intermediate phase. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be
Good answer. It'll be fine. Yeah.
All right, Ashley, what you got for me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Fighting 1.
Oh no.
Oh shoot.
See, the key is that you have to say a word that will also not.
I
accidentally
just
prompt
realized, I
somebody
was like,
else.
oh, there's a couple of things I could.
There's a few here, but I'll go with what I think is the most obvious, and I apologize if I fuck it up. I'm gonna go with war.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No one picked
Now
that up?
after I said that,
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
All right, fine. I'll just throw
feel
that
like
on
I
the
should be
table and
better
watch
at
it
this because of
wriggle away.
those words.
All right. Next question up is also for me.
Yay!
What was the inspiration behind Otahan Thul, and is there anything about her and her mysteries that you can tease? I love the idea of a war-scarred, badass, fucking older, mature woman who is capable and dangerous. And I just wanted to bring that element into this character. And we'll see where the story goes, however she shows up again or makes sense with where they're going. But as far as her mysteries that can tease, I can say that there are certain aspects about her that some members have noticed that tie into other weird mysteries in the Bell's Hells story that are not in Bassaris. That's all I'll say.
You'll go. What you got? What you got?
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Stitch 2.
Interesting.
If you want to make one guess and then pass on the second one, that's okay too.
Definitely needle.
Yes.
And I'm gonna make a weird one for line.
Yes, you did it.
Dang. Shoot. Oh my god! No, it did not. No, it did not. Did the chair just break?
Kyle, she broke another one.
This is incredible.
Oh, I think I just really legit broke. I think my strength, I pulled it too hard.
Ask your questions.
Okay, wait there.
We got professionals here. The show must go on.
Here. Okay.
It's okay. I'm okay. Well, this one's for you.
Here, go for another one.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
This chair was not designed for the goblin climb.
Okay. All right.
All right.
This one is for me.
There we go.
That one is for. Okay. Oh. You go first.
Like Ashton showing his friends around Bosphorus, what are some haunts from your past that you love showing new friends?
Oh, tell them about Taliesin.
There's two. Okay, I have a lot, and I love taking people on cultural tours of Los Angeles because it has one.
I can't wait to do that with you.
One of the many places I take. Actually, that one's just for me. I'm going to keep that one. But there's one. Actually, we just lost one, so I'm going to be very, very sad. I'm going to talk about the CIA Club, which was gross and terrible, and definitely violating a whole slew of health laws and regulations. It was a grimy punk venue in Burbank that was just disgusting. Was all ages for a while because they didn't have a liquor license. And was famous for having a bizarre and impressive collection of weird carnival bullshit, including actual Fiji mermaids with
a dead clown that you couldn't take a picture of because if you did, you'd be cursed.
Not even kidding, a dead clown in the back. They had a dead clown
under glass
in the backyard. Dead clown. Kid you not.
I used to live 2 blocks from that place.
It's got a giant. It's got like a giant body part. Is it a nose that's right up front, and then a giant skull that you enter through?
It was like a half face and half
face.
skull.
Yeah.
And CIA stood for California Institute of the Abnormal Arts.
Yep.
Like they used to have like spooky karaoke and like friends have had birthday parties.
Yeah. And I watched the Tingler there, and they actually tried to get the Tingler, like the original Tingler effect from Vincent Price of the Tingler.
God.
It didn't go well. Yeah, it was good times.
Wait, what was the place called again?
The CIA Club. It was amazing and like
weird.
The punk shows they were off.
It was near Burbank, but
it's a NoHo.
NoHo.
Yeah, NoHo Burbank.
I'll send you a Wikipedia link to the clown. He was
Okay.
he was a turn of the century French clown who demanded to be preserved in full makeup and with his fez on.
Ironically, near Circus
Good
Liquor.
for him.
Circus Liquor over there in NoHo. It's
Oh,
like
no
right
way.
around the corner from there, yeah.
That's another one. That's where, for those who have seen Clueless, which is one of the superior Jane Austen adaptations, that's where Cher gets robbed.
It's Circus Liquor.
Oh, yeah.
Circus Liquor with
Good
that
times.
clown neon
yes.
sign.
When
Yeah.
she has to lay down on her alliance.
Yeah, and it's really not that scary. It's just gross there, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's
Good answer. I like it.
All right.
You offered to take Fern back to the Feywild and swore she wouldn't sell Fern out. Was that true? And if so, what did you see in Fern that sparked interest and or compassion? Well, again, stuff that could be revealed at a later date, but I will say that definitely there was, as I said, 30 to 40% of things that were true, and one of those things is that that you really like Fern. It doesn't mean that they still won't be an antagonist or will make anything easier for Fern, but yeah, there's some things there, and there's definitely some things and seeds that you has planted with Fern that I hope will sprout even in their absence.
Oh, yeah. I think some things will be interesting.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
It's going to get very strange.
Okay.
Yes. You got one.
What have you got?
I am going to go with. I'm having trouble doing more than one because I'm having trouble connecting some of these. So I'm going to go with guide.
Guide. How many?
One. Should tell you, yes, one.
Okay. I'll say lead.
That's the one.
Okay.
That's the one.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
One question.
One.
It's for me. What was it like to have to choose between you and Birdie? What was going through Fern's mind? Ooh, boy, that was tough. I think, obviously, because there's the familial aspect with Birdie, that it's hard to just sort of not listen to Birdie because that's her mother. But she doesn't know Birdie very well because they have not spent a lot of time together. So I think Fern is still very confused. And I think because she made a connection with you, it's confusing and starting to throw some things off about how the world works in this other plane. And it's a little bit devastating for Fern, I think, in a way. So, yeah, but I think you never want to think that your parents did the wrong thing. So it would be interesting to, but also morals and things like that don't really mean anything to Fern. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. But I think that was definitely a tough choice, but choosing Birdie just because of family, but not even sure if that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's your turn.
Your turn. Prince Azul.
Parade 2.
Parade 2. Parade 2. I feel like this is weird. Well, March is clearly one of them.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm going to do, it's one or the other. I'm down to 2, and I don't mind being wrong.
Could always pass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with, just because it's me, I'm gonna go with Wake. No, I'm wrong, but there we are.
No, that was an innocent bystander, but that's
Oh,
okay. We also didn't give them a point.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Oh, we get one.
Yeah, we
You
get one.
get to play something. But
See, a Wake is a parade. See?
Yeah, it's that would have been
That's
good
why I
too.
was going very
That's
New
the
Orleans
fun
there.
thing
Yeah,
about
it's
this
a New Orleans.
is that just one.
Just one, because we just got one. Oh, it's for me. What is the hands down worst piece of life advice you can give us right now?
That's a great question.
Very good.
Wow, there's so many dark answers to that. Hold on.
What's the darkest that you can say on the internet?
It's too awful. It's too
wait to
cynical.
hear it.
I
It's
know.
too cynical. I need to reel in the cynicism.
Fair
'cause
enough.
There's
I agree. There's enough cynicism out there.
what is the
much.
worst piece of life advice that you can give anybody right now? Oh man.
Maybe if it's like the thing that could be used for the most evil.
I can do worse than you should be an
'Cause you
actor.
told-
That's really bad advice.
That's bad.
That's
I
rough.
remember. So
Yeah, we had this talk.
we've had this talk, and
Yeah.
like some things that I used for Sasha from Cinderbrush and for you are things that
Yeah.
you told me. Things like always set people's expectations low.
But that's good advice, in my opinion.
But like specifically to manipulate people, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm an asshole."
That's true.
You know?
Well, I mean, like that's actually what dicks do. Though.
That's true.
like
No,
yeah. It's like, "Oh, you shouldn't trust
some
me."
of the most
Yeah. That's how you know.
complicated and terrible people I've met are the people that are first to diminish themselves
Quickly
and
honest.
beat you to the punch to hold them accountable for their actions in a way that is dishonest and takes the wind out of the sails of trying to hold the their feet to the ground. I
Exactly.
fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to give bad advice. I just want to give good advice. Not
So I mean,
sure.
it's good. That's
That
good
is
advice,
good
but it could be
advice.
used
What if it's
for evil.
What if it's so bad it's comical to the point where it couldn't possibly be taken as advice? I guess that.
If you want to make somebody else feel bad and undermine them quietly, always when they get into the passenger seat of your car, if you have a car, reach over and reclose it and just slowly diminish all sense of self that they have all the time.
That is incredible.
Thank you.
That's really funny.
That's horrible.
I have hundreds of those things. I choose not to use them unless it's absolutely necessary.
You're a dangerous human being.
Oh, I know. I keep this all reeled in and just for the right moment.
That's fantastic.
Every now and then a friend goes like, I really hate my dad. I'm like, watch this. Give me 1 hour.
What do I need you for?
No, yeah, it's thank you. Yes.
Yes.
It's just, I really like him. I wish he liked me. Got him. He's fucking broken.
My God.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well done.
Thank you. Anyway, you guys should go.
Okay.
Oh my God. Tell me.
Thank you for the
I'm
card.
trying to think of how to connect some of these, and I can't. Okay. iPad.
One, I assume.
One. Jeez,
It's like
this is not
loading.
good, guys.
It's all good. Okay, you got it. I'm gonna go with tablet.
Good job.
Yay!
Yay!
Our ass is
Did
getting
it.
kicked.
I know.
It's okay. All right.
I am.
You're actually only one behind
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
actually.
No, that's
to
not.
be-
Oh yeah.
which is kind
One
of
of them I
surprising.
can't figure
We
out.
started.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How to...
This is for you again.
Oh, for me.
Mm-hmm.
In a surprising twist, Fern is Ruda's born. How do you and Fern feel about that revelation? I did not expect that. Another thing I did not expect.
Wait, what?
At all.
Did this
Not in these. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still a part of me that's like, no.
It's ironic because you are also Rudeness born, Ashley. So
Me as a person.
Yeah, as a person.
Me
So like
personally,
it's
yeah.
You're the only
method.
actual Rudist.
Ruidus born among us.
It's a long story.
And it's kind of weird. We make it work.
We make it work.
Yeah, that was a shocker. That was a shocker. And I think I just wasn't thinking that was at all even going to be. I just wasn't in. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shocked. You. Okay.
Perfect.
I'm done.
You're up.
Damn it.
I see a couple really good ones, but yeah.
You don't know the pattern.
No, I don't know the pattern.
No.
That's true. It doesn't help.
That's the issue. It's not just matching cards. It's which ones are yours.
That's
Yeah, because
fair.
there's a couple of words
Yeah.
that I have that could go either.
Yeah,
That's
there's some that
cruel.
could
That's
go.
cruel. I did not understand that part of the game. Now I'm even more concerned about everything.
Good. You should be concerned.
Can't play me. I played you first. This
That's
is
true.
Not how this.
You
this
always.
is not how this
I
works.
can't play anybody.
I'm so many steps ahead of you. I don't actually remember, which puts us on equal footing.
Yeah. I can only exhibit any sort of manipulation tactics as a dungeon master. In real life, I am incapable.
Yeah.
I'm practically Martin Short in
Oh wow.
anything he's done.
Clifford?
Is that Clifford? I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, that was
That's rough.
Wow, I have a lot of thinking to do.
I love that movie so much.
I haven't seen it in ages.
When he's flinging the dinosaur in,
Yep.
in the plane, and the guy turns around. He's like, please.
I'm gonna say.
I love those books when I was a kid.
Meringue 2. Wait, no! Oh, god damn it. That's fine.
Meringue 2. I'm definitely going to take lemon pie, I suppose, is what I'm going to go for. Lemon pie? Got one.
You said we get one, but then they get pie. Sorry, I led you astray.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's okay.
It's really okay. It's really okay. You did a great job.
Now since we both got one, do we both? No, it's the end of your turn, so you pull one.
I pull one. Paper cuts.
I think that's how.
Erika's for you.
one for
There we are.
me.
Yeah.
Oh. What is Yu's life like in the Feywild? What is a typical day off like for you when they're back home? It's like I
Carry on. I have a joke for later. I'm just putting it away.
can't wait for that.
Putting it away.
I have extensive backstory for you and what Feywild is like, and I think that what they said, one of the true things. Okay, I'll say what some true things are. So some true things are that they love the Feywild and the lights and the wildness and the beauty of the Feywild. And so I think that there's sort of a love for home and a nostalgia for it there. I think they don't have days off. I don't know that
Too
you
real.
ever is off, ever. Because I don't know if I talked about it, but you was from a young age training to be part of this, to be part of the court and to be an agent of the court. So I don't think that they really know a life outside of that.
The hard part about being a top-end professional is you're expected to always be professional.
Yeah.
So like you didn't know your parents or anything like that or any of that, like not well. They left when you were very young.
Oh, I mean, I think.
So you're saying like, you know, life ain't easy for a fae named you. You grew up
Wow.
hard. You
Oh, wow.
can do the whole song. Do the whole song. I thought it through.
He's throwing Johnny Cash.
I'm drawing Johnny
he-
Cash.
Oh,
Yeah, Ashley.
well done.
Ashley, it's our turn.
Save us.
It's very
Please
good.
take our turn.
Go.
All right, this is just for one because I'm trying to figure out how to connect two, but this one is just going to be for
All right.
one.
It's great.
And your clue is
Yes?
good day. Which one is it?
Is hyphenated?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess.
Good day.
Sure, yeah.
It's a
Good day.
G apostrophe.
That's true, yeah, apostrophe. Okay.
G apostrophe.
Am I reaching into
Choose
this?
wisely, Matt.
I'm leaning. Fuck. Maybe it's Australia.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that one. Oh god. Oh god.
These are the
Oh,
these,
no.
I have to deal with these people.
Sorry, assholes. Get out of! I want to get a thing. All right, Matt. Were there any details or jokes from the Taste of Tal'Dorei that you weren't able to get in or thought of after filming? I mean,
Is there a bottom of that well?
No. I mean,
I gotta say, we all were just like, tell us about it. Come on. And we made you improvise a whole goddamn theme restaurant with all these puns and inside jokes just off the top of your head.
I partially blame Abria. I partially blame Bashir. And I partially blame all you fuckers for being so excited to go there.
I mean,
but it was a lot of fun.
As soon as I saw it on the briefing, like I also got the
We forgot to buy T-shirts. We have to go back for
You have to go
We
back.
should have, we
Yeah,
did
we
have
need
to go
to.
So,
back there. I love it so much.
I will say that I just love the idea of completely misinterpreting historical aspects of a location and just ruining it in just an extremely awkward way. And I've been to those restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a joy to embracing the absolute failure, the unabashed, just 110% commitment to just try trash. I was saying trite trash, and it came out as trash. But I love it. So I think any jokes or details, I know I have like a bullet point notes back in my file somewhere, but like I wanted to explore other facets of Tal'Dorei's history more. I don't want to get too close to modern stuff because in EXU, Abria hit the Chroma Conclave like hot springs massage parlor.
Oh,
And
that's yes.
And I was like, I don't want to like double hit that, something that's too close to that. But I like the idea of there being like a heated Whitestone kind of meditation room somewhere in there if you're staying, since it is a tavern.
I kept thinking of the Marvel superheroes restaurant they used to have at Universal Studios, just because it was like it was like superhero, and yet at the same time like a weird mirror world, terrible adults idea of about comic books, and just the poor guy dressed as Spider-Man trying to bring you your cheeseburger. It was just so terrible.
Yeah, it was definitely like everybody said Casa Bonita, medieval times. But then also I imagined that for the tavern part of it, or the inn part of it, like the Madonna Inn. So I would like
Google
terrible
that. Everybody,
theater.
Google Madonna Inn. Enjoy yourself.
It's the
That
greatest.
Speaking of TARDISing, that is some good. That is some good TARDISing.
yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a good place to check out.
Yeah.
Another place that I pulled from was a place that you see in Burbank when I was a kid.
That's what was it?
Bobby McGee's, right?
Bobby
Yes,
McGee's.
yes.
Holy cow.
Not around, hasn't been around for a while. But it
long
was
gone.
it was
Oh my God!
It was
Did
just
we get an episode of all LA kids?
I don't remember.
No, I mean this is
all we all
Yeah, we're all
have
LA
this
kids.
shared memory of
those
LA.
weird.
Oh my God, we're all like born LA.
I'm not born LA.
Oh no, but you're
But
like
I've been here since I was 8.
Yeah.
So I'm 95% local.
Yeah.
Bobby McGee's was this delightfully trashy restaurant my parents would take me to when I was a kid, where like the inside of it kind of felt like 14 different restaurants that just kind of like fused together and like Beyond or Secret Wars did from different restaurants and just made it into a single restaurant. And then every waiter had a different theme. Like one guy was dressed as Superman and role played the whole time, and somebody was like a Scottish caddy, and then the next person was like a fantasy princess, and like there was just no continuity with the theme at all, and no reason for it. And you go there for it. It was a
pure madness.
Pure madness. A bunch of just out of work actors, just trying to make cash, practicing improv characters that weren't great, and then you had dinner and went home. It was awesome, and that was also a big point of inspiration for Taste Tal'Dorei.
Oh man,
There were two, the Burbank one and the one that was in Hollywood.
There was one in Hollywood?
I didn't go to the Hollywood one.
It was, I think it was on like La Brea or Fairfax.
Okay.
We start talking about streets, we get so Los Angeles.
Yeah, when you
nothing
get
more
to
LA than like, you know.
When you made the Sepulveda joke to me the other
Thank
day,
you.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Sepulveda.
Yeah, we were using the 405 and Sepulveda as a metaphor for like when it's time to like change plans. Yeah, there was a whole thing. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you feel like you're going fast.
Boy, we're getting really LA.
Because you're like moving a little.
You're absolutely
bit,
correct.
right?
Yeah, this is like, there was.
Even though maybe the freeway's faster, it's just moving at a slower pace.
I mean, you said something, you were like, in my life, there's no Sepulveda.
Yeah.
It was like I understood the reference.
It was a beautiful metaphor, and then we laughed our
it was a
asses off
moment.
because it
We
was
did.
so
It was
fucking
great.
Los Angeles.
We are
Slay
yeah.
2.
We are the Californians.
Yeah.
It is. That sketch is way too true. I know.
Yeah.
I always feel really bad.
So
You should take Fountain instead of Sunset.
There was an actress. There was a classic. I'm trying to remember. There was a Hollywood actress in like the 50s, and they said, "Do you have any advice for young actresses starting out?" It says, "Always take Fountain." That's great
You're not
advice.
wrong.
That's great. Great advice.
It's a street.
It's a street.
Yeah.
Did you hear your clue?
No.
Oh, Slay 2.
Slay 2.
Like you slay or like a sleigh?
Well, that's up to. I suppose
Well,
I got
it's
to
up to
figure it
you.
out.
It's up to
you. Definitely dragon.
Yes, sir.
I got one more.
Slay 2. I don't want to walk away. I want to keep going for it.
Yeah.
Just because I can't think of anything, I will take Ray.
No, that's theirs. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
All right.
It's all right. It's all right.
How does Ashton know Justy and All Minds Burn? What is the story there? Well, so All Minds Burn. Ashton doesn't actually know too much about All Minds Burn. Those guys are weird, and kind of clearly fun, but not really his bag. Yeah, back and forth. Justy was a friend from their youth, back when everyone was running around being bad and getting drunk. Justy was if I can go into Justy was before she went all cuckoo. Funny because Bird was the friend with money, who was the one who actually paid for them to get into interesting places, paid for them to get out of trouble, and was just basically the friend who had enough money to like support everybody else, who in turn made sure she had a good time. Like it's that natural, there's always the friend with a car in high school. Mm-hmm. So she was the friend with the car in high school, and definitely was helped facilitate all of those issues. So there's a lot of love there because.
And then joined a commune and got weird.
Weird, yeah.
Boy.
So
we've all been there.
We've all been
like we all do sometimes. Justy was kind of the friend with enough cash to make sure everyone had a good time back in the day.
Good for Justy.
Awesome.
Definitely also based on a real person.
I realized that see the little lights around the edge of the thing that are colored. That indicated that the red should have gone first, actually. You know what? It's just a game.
That's what that means.
It does.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's a game.
It's fucking ruined.
I know.
Flip roll.
To that point, if we get 2, we win.
You do.
Well, we only have one left.
But we also have the double agent, which goes to the person who goes first. Because you need to have because you go first, you need to have an additional card to actually win. But because that's red, it doesn't have one, right?
Yes.
So, fuck. You know what?
Did we mess it up? We messed it up?
That's fine.
No. What this means is
We have to give the clues.
We're going for the assassin.
We're going for the assassin. Wait, so okay.
We're going for the blue, for the final blue, and then we're going for the assassin.
Whoa.
Okay. Which is that? Okay.
I think it wasn't looking where you pointed.
Yeah, I know. I realized I shouldn't have done that. It's fine.
So, okay. So now I'm gonna try to give, I can't connect those two, I don't think.
You're gonna have to, or they're gonna win.
Oh, really?
They only have one more to put down.
No, I have two more.
Wait, hold on.
Technically, we went first, so you would only have to get one of those two.
That's true.
You only have one more red card.
That's true.
We fucked this all up, and we're fixing it.
Hell yeah! There's nothing more us
House
than
rules. House rules.
Okay, wait. So we need to get another blue and then also get the assassin?
That's what I'm saying right now.
Assassin?
Which means we'll win, and I'll have to pull from the consequences.
Shoot, I don't know how to put these together. Okay.
Because I want to end on an interesting note.
No, that'll be amazing.
Possibly go wrong.
I don't know how to put these two together.
Answer that question.
Unrelated to.
That is a tactic.
Technically correct.
You can say words that also leave only that aren't about that word to leave them available. That wasn't an actual sentence that explained anything. Wow.
And yet, I understood every word of it.
Taliesin, Swallow.
I don't know how to connect these two.
You better. You don't have to if you want. There's no pressure here, really. There's no pressure.
The stakes could be lower, but only a little.
Only a little.
Rollies.
I can't.
It's always the answer.
I can't do it. I'm so bad at some of these games.
I believe in you.
I don't. I feel like I can only do one.
Then just do one.
Okay. Well, it's a name of somebody.
Don't
Can I
say
say
that.
the full name?
Oh,
You've never played this game.
as long as the word's not in.
I know. Danny, you know
As long as the
everything.
word's not in there, I think
Word's not
everything's
in there.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so stupid. Winnie the Pooh.
That's more than one word.
That's more than one word.
It's more than one word. You know, it's fine. We've already fucked this game.
I love you.
I'm gonna go with honey.
Oh my God, you got it.
What? That's wild. This is incredible.
Okay, do we have to get two now, or
You have to get one of two.
One.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Ashley, how does Fern feel about what her parents have been up to? Does it change how she feels about finally finding them?
Well, we've kind of talked about this a little bit. I think because, Fern doesn't really have morals necessarily that she lives by, or at least they're different where she's from. So I don't think for people that are doing something that think they're doing the right thing and there's some fallout or maybe somebody gets hurt, at least you're doing the right thing. You know, like I don't think she thinks in that way, if that makes any sense. Like I don't think it's like, oh my gosh, my parents are doing something so terribly wrong. But maybe she will, or maybe she won't. I don't know. But I don't think it's like I feel bad that my parents are doing something so terrible, but I don't think she really feels that. I think it's just more so a feeling of, wow, I don't know them. I haven't really gotten to know them. I wasn't raised by them. It's more so that as opposed to like what they're doing, the choices that they're making with their lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find out where the rabbit hole goes.
Yes.
It's your turn. Don't fuck this up.
Trounce, 1.
Beat.
Yay, we win!
So, I was gonna say, do you guys have to place the assassin now, or no? You don't have to place the assassin?
I mean, we won.
You won.
So,
The game's over. What do you win? Kyle, what do they win?
Oh, oh my goodness.
Oh, you're taking AOL? Oh my God, it's America Online.
Shiny.
So cool.
I'm extremely jealous.
Wow.
How could you do this to me, Ashley?
I love those. I'm really sorry.
It actually spins.
I feel like I would have been better at this because of crosswords, but
You're
trying to connect some of them.
You do cross. I can't get a single crossword. I'm in like.
I feel like you would be so.
I can do the Sudoku. I cannot do the crossword.
I love Sudoku.
Yeah, I find them calming, but yeah, crossword.
Same.
Breaks me.
I like them both. But connecting them—that's a whole other.
Yeah,
that's a whole other skill.
Multi-brain thing.
Yeah.
You're good for your first game.
Thanks.
We only barely lost.
That's
by
true.
one.
Barely.
By one.
Yeah.
Barely.
Due to a technicality.
Yeah.
So now that we lost, what do we have to do?
Well, it doesn't really matter because that's all the time we have on Four-Sided
Oh, okay.
Die.
Oh, okay.
I said we'd do a fucking show, and indeed, we did a fucking show.
We did.
Thank you, Erika, Matt, myself, Ashley, and of course, Lord Keeper Danny.
Woo!
Huzzah. I have been, insert your name, your 5th Tavern Keeper, and I guess now I gotta clean up after everyone, which is really not that bad, since y'all didn't like... No! Okay. That's... Okay. That's... Okay, fine, I'm getting up.
Friends around the table, time to celebrate. It's a party, hit the lights, here we go. Waste the night away with a little escape. It's a chance to lose control. So let's just leave this world behind. Everybody come on, take a dive. One by one we roll the dice, come on. Let's go, critical role. Pour another round, your friends are here to cheer you on. Throw it back, it's good times all night long. Let's go, critical role. No way to lose when you're having this much fun. It's your turn. No way to lose when you're having this much fun.
Oh boy, that was fun, guys.
What? I'm just a puppet. Help.